We need to pack up this whole entire apartment today. Just to give you a brief overview, this is what we're working with. It honestly did look very good. This isn't too bad, but like that, I need to fold those towels I did for laundry. I have so much laundry to do. Okay, also, every time I wear this Skims pajama romper, I literally always get flagged by YouTube. I don't know if they think that I'm naked because it's my skin color, or else I don't know if it's because like I'm not wearing a bra, but like we're just gonna put my hair in front of it. Sorry that offends you, YouTube, but anyway, I feel like I've been doing a good job at like using things up. Like I honestly timed my olive oil perfectly. Peanut butter could use some work, like I'm really freaking close, so I need to also clear up my fridge. Good news about all this is like I'm gonna be able to bring anything left over, like my ketchup and stuff. I'm just gonna bring that all to Rachel and like give it to her and her family. Like all my extra supplements and all of that sort of stuff. Okay, walk is complete. I've been trying to re-coordinate everything really quickly because basically just the timing, like since obviously I changed my flight, so like everything that I booked to make my original flight is not valid anymore. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do until Rachel gets out of work tomorrow. So I'm seeing if my Airbnb owner will let me check out late and if my rental car person will let me return the car a couple hours late. So I just messaged them and hopefully we'll see how that goes. Now I need to edit a podcast, which I totally forgot that I needed to do that. That needs to be up like literally genuinely today. So we're gonna do that for a hot second and then pack up this place. Okay, yes, the visor is still on. Whoa, but I need to make some greens simply just because I want them. I'm gonna do pineapple flavor today, Oxy greens from EHPLABS. Do I even need to say it? This is it. Keeps me going. This stuff is so freaking great. It uses a lot, not every single ingredient's organic, but like 80% of the ingredients are here. In here are all organic, which I really freaking love. There's a green superfood complex in here with barley grass, broccoli, kale, spinach, celery, spirulina, and chlorella and kelp. And there's also a prebiotic fiber complex as well, and antioxidants in here. There's acai, my obsession lately, blueberries and goji berries that's packed with vitamin C. And for the fiber, there's kiwi fruit in here, which I think is so cool. I've never seen that in a greens product. It's so good. I'm telling you, like, you guys don't believe me because it's a greens powder and like every other greens on the market tastes disgusting. This literally tastes like juice. You would have no clue. If this was blindfolded and I didn't know it was green, I would have no clue it was a greens. Like, it doesn't have a weird consistency or anything. It just tastes amazing. I'm doing so many things at once. I feel like this vlog is pure chaos right now. I feel like I'm not gonna end up fully really packing everything until tomorrow because now I have time until like, well, at least 12. But now I'm buying my trip, my flight to Kauai because Rachel just got her ticket, so now I can get mine, so I'm on her same flight. But I'm so excited. This is good. I'm so excited. And we have the cutest Airbnb. Wait till you see it. Ay, ay. Here we go. Ay, ooh, kill him. Ay, ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him. Ay, ooh, ay. Ooh, kill him. Ay, ooh, kill him. Ay. Hey. Podcast is officially live. This one is actually a really good one. And I honestly have never seen a podcast about this before ever. And I feel like this is just like an underrated thing that no one speaks about. But it's basically all about how to actually build self-trust and how that's so important with actually being able to cultivate a healthy relationship with yourself and actual honest self-love. And then I also include like tangible takeaway tips to help you actually follow through with these promises that you're trying to set for yourself to then develop that self-trust. It's a good one. Check it out if you haven't already. New podcast episodes every Monday. Dryer is really ruining the moment, but here's the final dinner. So I want to reflect. I feel like this is just a video diary right now on my favorite part of the trip, my biggest lesson, which I already know the answer to, and the biggest takeaway to apply forward. Let's do those three. One, my favorite moment of the trip. Can I do that one last? The biggest lesson that I've learned is how powerful Mother Nature is, for sure. I was humbled so freaking fast when I first got here, just with how powerful Mother Nature is. Just the potency, even when I'm hiking, like the energy just feels palpable. How strong the ocean is, like when I got into my reef, whole crash, that whole situation, and I knew of that, but it's one thing when you actually experience it firsthand, and that is 100% what happened when I first got here. I hope the dryer stops soon. Actually, today on TikTok, I saw something where the girl said that, you know, when she first got here, she had like a lot of hardships when she first moved here, which I'm not saying this is my situation, but just bear with me for the sake of the story. Multiple people told her that when you first move to the island, you know, it tests you to see if you're like, if you can hang, essentially, like if you can last here and if you can hold your own. And I was like, whoa, like, is that what happened to me when I had the reef crash? Like, was that the island testing me? Which it just was interesting, because I was like, yo, the same thing happened to me. My favorite memory, my favorite part of the trip, I know it may seem lame compared to the other things that I did while I was here, but that day with Rachel, when we hiked just the pillboxes in Kailua, it wasn't even a whole day, it was just an evening. And then we went night swimming, and then we got, like, in our clothes, we went swimming, and then we just went to Whole Foods in our dripping wet clothes and ate outside and just talked while it rained. Something about that, I didn't really speak about it on my YouTube channel, but on my Instagram I did. Something about that night was so, like, even now it's making me, like, giving me chills. Like, something about that night was, like, electric, like, wicked magical. I felt so present, and for some reason it just felt like a really special evening, even though it wasn't super exhilarating. Like, it was just gorgeous, and I just really loved just the whole energy of that whole time. And like, we just had really good talk. And the biggest takeaway that I want to take with me to like apply moving forward is honestly adventure. Like, this trip has really re-sparked my love for traveling and just like being adventurous, and like my discipline side of me has really, and honestly my Cancer side, like my homebody side and love for routine, has really muted that in the past like few years. And my Sagittarian side and my explorative side and my adventure side is, I can feel it like resurfacing again. And oh, it's finally stopping. I hope that wasn't too loud. Now I just feel like that's resurfacing, and I just have this, it just reminded me to like play and like be in my feminine energy and explore, and like don't feel like you need to work so hard all the time. And I just really want to take that with me in my everyday life, and like hopefully I just really want to keep traveling. I just feel like I'm in such an explorative chapter in life. Like, before I came here to Utah, from Utah, you guys know I was emotional as hell, and it's because I totally just felt this energetic shift within me, and like I could feel a cycle changing. And like, even though I'm going back to Utah, I do genuinely feel different, and I can still feel like this new, like I feel like we've entered a new season. Like in a TV show, a new season started. We're in a new season. So I just really want to feel how grateful I am for this time while I was here, all the people that I met, all the experiences I've had. I feel like this trip like really reminded me of what it really feels like to truly be alive and to live life. As corny as that sounds, like, it really did. Thankful, thankful, thankful beyond words. stuff from Safeway. You guys, the amount of sugar I've been eating, like I'm not even gonna front to anybody. I figured I would get the whole donut salad again at Safeway. So I was like, we need a final dessert because I had nothing here. I ate all my dates. Cheers to our Hawaii adventure. I'm so dramatic, but I can't help it. I'm still gonna be here for 2 more weeks. But like, this is the last time here in the apartment, then I'm gonna go to Rachel's. So cheers. I feel so thankful. I just want to say thank you to 10,000 times over. I'm so thankful I was able to experience this. I love this space, this place, and everything. I loved my experience of being here alone and experiencing living alone. So cheers, baby. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. I literally just did a podcast episode all about releasing resistance. Alright, so that's all she wrote. We're officially out of the joint, and now we're gonna go hit a workout before I have to return the car really quick. We're gonna hit legs, and your girl's feeling really hella fluffy because I just keep eating ice cream and donuts and sugar and don't work out. Alrighty, so I figured we would finish off this vlog with my last recorded workout at UFC Gym in Hawaii. So this was a super quick workout because I was in a rush. I literally only did 4 exercises, 4 sets a piece. So I started off with some really heavy dumbbell RDLs. This is definitely my max here. I still was able to push through 10 reps. As you can see, when I picked up the weight, I retracted my shoulder blades back and down, or kind of dropped my shoulders away from my ears. This is just going to really help with posture. This is a hip hinge movement, meaning that's where all of the motion is coming from. Your hip joint is really the only joint that's involved here. That's the only place where movement is occurring. So picture it as you're pushing your hips backwards, or like someone has a band around your hips and they're pulling it backwards, right? Okay, so there should be only a slight bend in your leg. The greater bend you have, the more glute focus it's going to be. The less knee bend you have, the more hamstring focus it's going to be, because there's going to be a greater stretch in your hamstring. You're always
driving up through your heels, keeping your back nice and flat, your head in line with your spine, and you really want to keep those dumbbells grazing against your leg throughout the whole movement. That's going to really help with mitigating back pain. I also have those wrist straps linked in my Amazon storefront, which will be linked in the description. My life has changed with those wrist straps, and I freaking love them. They're by Pro Fitness, I believe the brand is. Then I went into a leg press. I love this leg press, especially considering how much I dislike the one back in Utah. But here I did 4 sets of, I think, 10 to 12 reps. I varied a little bit, but I have a nice high and wide stance to make this a bit more glute bias. Similar points here. I'm constantly driving up through my heels to engage those glutes. I'm pushing my knees out throughout the whole movement. And the biggest thing is that I'm not locking out my legs at the top of the move when my legs are straight. That's going to protect your knee. And I'm also careful not to lift my lower back or my bum too far off the seat, because that also I find really causes lower back pain for me. Then to finish off, I just did a little superset. I'm telling you, I was in a rush. So again, I did 4 sets here of 15 of a glute focused back extension. So what makes this glute focused is that I'm tucking my chin to my chest. I'm holding that weight in front of me and I'm rounding my back in order to shift focus away from my lower back and more so on my glutes and my hamstrings. Also, bending your knee a little bit is going to help make this even more glute bias and less hamstring bias. Like I said, I supersetted that with plated side leg kicks. This is for our lateral movement for the workout. This is going to hit our glute med and minimus, which is the smaller glute muscles that we have kind of up and around our hips. Here I did 4 sets of 15, and I always try to remind myself that my hand is just a hook for the weight, but I shouldn't really be bracing it with my arm. It should be all just coming from my kicking, working leg.